Hey, this is Peyton, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Kiwi 64. And no, I did not misspeak. This episode is not blind, even though it should have been. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, a couple addendums for Super Kiwi 64. First of all, I have not gotten any more of the gold relics yet, because, first of all, I was trying to get level 3s done, and it is ridiculously hard. I could do it, but I would have to grind this out for quite a while to get the time they want. So, I stopped there, and then I realized I'm pretty sure those are just, like, developer time trial badges. Like, you know, in some of the Crash Bandicoot games. Like, they are purely a reward to say you did something really, really hard. I'm not doing that, because there's 6 more levels I'd have to do, and the time limit keeps going up, and I do not want to do that for the hours it would take for me to grind to get good enough to do that. The other thing that I just realized I'm kind of doing, without explaining it, is you can hold shift, this little propeller pops out of your backpack, you can sprint. I had no clue. I was playing this game without even realizing you can sprint this whole time. And I also saw this thing in one of the guides on Steam that apparently you can hold control to crouch and jump higher. I'm hitting control. It does nothing. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong somehow, or if it's like, no, it's not right control either. So I don't know, like, if that's true, but you can sprint, which is funny because I wouldn't have even thought there was a sprint, because doing this is still faster than running through levels, but I guess you have more control this way. Anyways, with those two things being said, why exactly... Well, also there's this, by the way. No comment, just a... Well, you can see it. Pretty sure that's not meant to look like that. Anyways, as for why this isn't a Let's Play blind, this was supposed to be. I have recorded this. I have 46 minutes of footage of me playing Super Kiwi 64 Doomsday blind, except my microphone was not recording. So, we're going to do this again. I'm going to go back to menu, and we're actually going to use the other save file so that you can see the cutscene. And, there's a lot to unpack here. I'm going to let the game kind of talk for itself for a moment.
The dimension of the dead. An enclosed space where every living thing goes after its time in the realm of the living is over. It exists far away from our reality. Under the watchful eye of the Guardian, none of the ghosts and ghouls can escape.
Ghosts and ghouls.
Reality is at peace. However, a looming shadow from the past is about to change all of this.
Loading complete. Oh yeah. If you watch my play through of Kiwi 64, you already know who it is. Yeah. Now, if you're lost, I want you to feel a little bit of solace here. I've beaten this, and I still don't really understand what's going on. Macbat, though, from Macbat 64, coming up with a pizza. Save him! No! No! He's getting pulled into the portal! We gotta save him! Go!
Kiwi!
Now, I'm gonna talk over this. I'm gonna run towards this guy this time. Last time I did this, I was walking. We're gonna run to see if we can catch up to him before he finishes.
Hasn't it?
Oh no!
You have to be a tiny bit patient, though.
There's an invisible
First,
wall right
I
here.
got some
I can't
really
get any closer.
nasty things planned for your little bat
What
friend.
the heck
I am
are
sorry.
those, like,
Now,
head-shaking things?
Away with you.
What? I realized I don't even know what those head-shaking things are. Yeah, so the Melon King has returned. Not to be confused with the Melon Lord, completely different thing. The Melon King has returned, and this is like a separate side campaign from the main body of Kiwi 64, Super Kiwi 64. I will keep making that mistake until I'm done recording this. And yeah, it's 3 levels long technically, but can't quite get to this one yet. So I'm going to play these in the opposite order of how I played them originally. We're going to go here first. Welcome to Cowboy Land, with Kiwi now having a pink backpack and a dapper little cowboy hat and nice little round sunglasses and a tiny piece of straw or hay hanging from his mouth. Oh my gosh, I did not notice this before. Apparently we can super sprint now. Okay, well, you got one blind reaction. I did not realize we had a triple jetpack on now in this level. Yeah, this is a lot. This level is like a mixture of vaporwave, cowboy, and space themes. We have planets everywhere that are enormous. We have, obviously, the Western theme. And we have, you know, we have like this neon city thing over here that we're gonna go towards. We have like hypercubes floating around, crystal cactuses. This level's a mess. And also we can lasso towards these little new pink blocks that have appeared for this level exclusively. If you're lost, again, don't feel bad. I'm lost too. I beat it, and this is so much to soak in. Here's Macbat, but as a cardboard cutout. We don't like him. Only the real one will suffice. There are these rocks throughout the level. We can destroy them, and we need to destroy them because once we destroy all of them, we're gonna get a crystal. And we need all the crystals in order to beat this area. We gotta save... Well, you'll see what stakes we're fighting for. I think the intro kind of gave you an idea, but... You know, it's one thing to hear it. It's another thing to see what we're gonna have to do. Jump up here, grab our gears. But yeah, this is like a completely separate side campaign from the main game. And I was very disappointed that I lost the original footage, but you know what? Now I can talk a little more because I spent a lot of my first playthrough being bewildered by what I was witnessing. So this may actually end up being the better viewing experience, at least. Come up here. This thing is the vaporwave part of this fusion of different themes. I don't know why in the sky next to this western town there's this floating techno cube with neon retro futurism, but hey, you don't need an explanation. If I don't, you don't either. We're just moving. We're going. Yeehaw! But yeah, this is it's only 3 levels long, so we're gonna blaze through this pretty quick. We just gotta make sure we're not missing any of these gears. This, I think, is the level with the most gears of the whole campaign. Like, there are tons of these ones here for some reason. There's another rock. Over here, we have a horse that, to me, I would best describe as looking like it's inspired by that old Adult Swim Flash game, Robot Unicorn Attack. Anybody play that? I think that's what it was called, Robot Unicorn Attack, something to that effect. Yeah. Just no questions, no answers. It's really for the best at this point. We're playing as a cowboy hat Kiwi trying to save a bat so that we can defeat a Melon King who's trying to free the dead. We have completely gone off the rails. All sanity has long since left from this game. There wasn't much to begin with, but it's completely gone now. Kill the Macbat, who's made of cardboard. There's another one of those horses. We only want the real Macbat. We just gotta find him. Spoiler alert, he's not in this level. We'll find him eventually. Over here, we got a few more gears. Don't want to miss any. It's funny, there's actually, like, a ton of new assets, though, I must say. This level is in a lot of work, clearly. Like, there was actually some real time put into this. Yes, there was a brain on top of that train. Yes, we're gonna have to do something with it. In fact, we might as well do this now, because it can be a little tricky to hit it. Here we go. Here we go. Gotta hit it 3 times. There we go. Got it. Once the brain is dead, the train comes to a stop, so you don't have to keep racing against it. And then if we go over here, we can get our next crystal. Along with these, they have changed the mummy robots into cowboy chrome versions of themselves. Very much so like that one SpongeBob episode where Squidward's like, "Future!" There we go. Grab that. You can't go inside any of these buildings, by the way. Not this barn. Not, over there, any of these buildings. Although, there are little posters. Wanted posters for me and the dog. And that is a lot of gears. We are lucky to get 100 in a level. I don't even think that happens, and yet, yeah, they sit there with 3,000 on them. That's a lot. Here's this arcade cabinet from the first game and the map of the first game in this game that I showed off. Still does not work, unfortunately. I was actually really excited to see if this was finally fixed and playable, but, yeah, no, doesn't seem to be. So, just there for the look, I suppose. You know, it fits in about as well as anything else in this world does. Come up here. Where do we gotta go? Trying to remember. This is a surprisingly big map. Ah, over there. There's another crystal up there on top of the bird head. We gotta get that. Gotta grab these. Can't miss a single thing if you wanna save the universe. Go, 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 use your beak. That's fine, we can, Oh, wow, that actually hurt me. I'm surprised that actually hurt me. Wow, okay. So we got that. So now over here, I think, is something we're gonna have to get. If we just run at hyperspeed over here. No, I guess we already got it. Oh, wow, if you get a running start, wow, you glide far. Oh, that makes that way easier. Woo! I'm in a lasso, watch this. Oh, never mind, okay. We're just running. Over here in the graveyard, we have all these terrific looking graves with hyper-realistic skulls on them, and one with a crystal. Strike that pose. And we gotta come back over here. And then there's this thing. You tell me what this thing is. Break that. There's another one that appears in town. Also a Macbat here. Destroy him. And way over here, we got a few more gears that we need. And another crystal. And I think that just did it. I do believe we just found everything. So yeah, this level is like one of the main campaigns, honestly. It's actually one of the biggest levels in the game with this weirdo, like, music and Mario Odyssey style, just like setup and everything. It feels like another level, essentially. The other level that we are about to visit, now that we are done here, say goodbye to Cowboy World, if you haven't already, is not a normal level. Oh, but first we have a cutscene, I forgot. Don't worry, if you have any questions about what is going on, this will answer them, I assure you.
What? Is this going to be a failed coup attempt again? What's the difference to the last time you guys tried this?
The difference
Huh?
is a lot more laser guns.
Bum, bum, bum.
Are you?
I am your stand-in. Upper management thought you might need a vacation. Allow me to introduce myself. They call me Melon King, former ruler of countries, future destroyer of realities.
Wait, I remember you. You were the guy who got defeated by Macbat.
Well, yes and no. I am him, but better. I am a robot clone with laser guns and magical powers.
A robot clone? Is this about revenge or something?
Indeed, by helping the deceased escape your little prison, I'll make sure Kiwi Land will succumb to chaos. That'll teach them.
Interesting. Sounds like the perfect plan for Macbat to spoil again.
Okay, I have had just about enough of this. Get him out of my sight. And find me that bat. He isn't particularly wrong, you know.
Okay, you got all that? Do you understand now? I think you understand. The one thing I'm going to note is that I played and beat Macbat 64, at least as far as I know. I don't remember fighting the Melon King in that game. I remember fighting him as Kiwi, not in Macbat. So basically, I'm saying we will play that on the channel at some point, because I need to know what's going on there, if my memory is faulty or what is going on. Like why those two characters, who I thought were from completely separate games, suddenly know about each other. But anyways, as you can see, we got 10 out of 10 crystals here. And note, there is no time trial. There is no time challenge for these levels. So we are not even going to have to worry about that for this little side campaign here. So we come here and we go full vaporwave. The desert level, it had that floating building that was just like a little tease of vaporwave. This level goes full out with it. We are now fully drenched in that sort of style. And this level is actually more like a raw platforming challenge. It is essentially the clearest cut platforming challenge in the entire game. You gotta jump. It's kind of like getting over it with Bennett Foddy, where you can just fall all the way down to the bottom of the world if you're not careful. But you know, if you are careful, it shouldn't take you that long. These signs are just indicating where you are. Sector 2B, City 64. Down there is Sector 2A. And as we go higher and higher, the alphabet, where we are in it, that is going to keep increasing. Pretty straightforward, though. You just gotta, you know, jump as if you were needing to not fall. I really like the style of this level, but this one, I actually kind of wish this got the treatment the cowboy level did, because that was like a full-on little world to explore, and like, you know, they had a ton of different things that they built for it. I mean, they made a lot for this level too, but this is just like a straight-ahead platforming challenge. We're not going to see, like, you know, tons of little areas to find and explore, or a random blue robot head out in the desert. I have no clue. But you know what? They put it in the game, and we beat it. That counts for something. Come over here, stick back on the sign. Gotta line up here. There we go. We'll hit this ring. Once we get all the way up here, we're going to earn the remaining 2 gems we're going to need, we're going to get all but 2, and they're going to appear down at the bottom of the world once we have all the gears and once we have jumped through all the rings. And that is a gem I have got to grab. Or crystal, rather. Because I'm calling the gold ring things from the main campaign gems. Where are we going? Over there. Perfect. Ah, and we only have the regular boost here. Interesting. Okay, there's one of them. Come up here. Grab these. Where are we going? Over there. Perfect. There's hopefully one more gem up there. We're all the way up to 2H. And here's 2G. And then I think, yeah, it goes to 2F. Yeah, it starts counting down weirdly. Macbat, it's you! No, it's not. We're falling. Woo. And we grab these 2 gems. And we are done. That is the extent of the new levels added. Very short. Just like the main campaign. But now we get to this level, which is again, if you're still confused, you clearly didn't pay attention to the cutscenes closely enough. It explained everything quite well. Don't worry, this will, you know, if you paid attention, this will make perfect sense. We got some like Doom meets Castlevania music. Reality appears to be unspindling around me. Hello.
Kiwi? What are you doing here? He got Macbat. I see. Please, you have to stop him. He's on top of the clock tower, bringing the dead.
So yeah, we're fighting for all of reality right now. A nice little skull in the background to accompany our journey. Just gotta make it through all this stuff. This actually looks a lot scarier than it is. It's if you dash, you're pretty much safe. And then here, the game does not tell you this, but that area is blocked off by vines, as you can see. These vines are wiggling like crazy, and you might think you have to like carefully move around them like this. That is not what you have to do. What you have to do is dash. If you dash, you have enough invincibility that you are completely fine. So you just dash through them, and then you can just keep going. Even if it looks like they should hit you, they don't. Here's a brain. Goodbye. Obstacle cleared. Just moving right along. Again, I feel like there's no explanation needed. So we can't go that way because, I mean, look at it. Can you walk on that? I definitely can. But we gotta go back the way we came, and now, as you can see over to the left, this is now open, and way back here, past all the cardboard versions of himself that we hate, we're going to see a hero who is unfamiliar on my channel, but who I took a little journey on with before. The real Macbat. And then, in probably my favorite moment of the whole game, we get Macbat to ride on the backpack of Kiwi. And we can infinity jump now. We can just jump and jump and jump. I will show the footage from the scrap recording. I kept jumping for quite a while. You can get way up into the sky past like everything. Those lasers where these particles are starting from, you can get way out there. Now, where you're supposed to go is over there to that bridge in the sky, like where it's open. What I want to do first, because I actually didn't try to do this, is go over to this skull and see if we can actually reach it. I'll probably speed this up, make a cut or two, but or I'll die. Do I have to restart the whole thing? Oh, man. I just wanted to see, like, what happens if you go over to that skull. I guess you can. That... A disappointing answer, but a logical one, I suppose. Alright, well, just gotta come over here again. This level's actually really short when you know what you're doing. Especially these plants. Like, I really was like, oh, okay, I gotta, like, dodge them, even though they're moving, like, hyper fast. How am I gonna pull that off? And then it's like, oh, no, you just dash. You're invincible. Doesn't even matter. I'm like, oh, okay. A little anticlimactic, but sure, why not? I don't really know how else you dodge them with how quickly they're moving, but yeah. By the way, nice portraits, right? They really fit the game's whole aesthetic. The skull is floating in space. Forgive me if I'm a little desensitized to what I'm seeing. It's just, you know, having to do this once already, I mean, I really mean it. I was just, like, speechless. I'm like, what the heck does one say about what I am witnessing? Macbat, come on, wake up. We got a universe to save. Get on my back. Yeah. By the way, not only is this, like, the most adorable thing in the game, a bat helping a flightless bird to fly, but also, we are playing a Banjo-Kazooie inspired platformer, and we are playing as both a bat and a bird. It's like Yooka-Laylee and Banjo-Kazooie together, just without Banjo. Banjo and Yuka went somewhere else. No, look, they're drawing all the energy into this thing. I didn't actually do a flyover of this. We can do that this time. Oh, hey, there's one random block right here. Cool. Didn't actually do a flyover of this clock tower with this face on it. Oh, okay, so this is where the cutscene took place. So, yeah, this is like the start of the game. Or the start of this campaign. So we come over here, and then, for no particular reason, there is just this little ball of what looks to be skeletons. Gotta just get rid of that. Can't have that. Freeze our pathway up, go over here. Oh, and you know what? I guess to give credit, this makes the skeletons throughout the entire game make a little more sense. Like, there's somewhat of a reason for them to be here.
So, here we are again.
But first,
final battle. Time to turn you two into laser dust.
Yep, we're fighting King Melon. By the way, that opening line, like when he's talking about one final battle, it reminds me of the game, the Flash game, Ultimate Crab Battle. Like, if you've ever heard that. Oh, I missed him. I'll play the opening cutscene of that so you can, like, hear the comparison of their voices.
So, here we are again. One final battle.
You will no longer stand between me and my destiny. Let this be our final battle!
And the absurdity of that game, I feel, matches quite well. But yeah, basically all we have to do is be careful. This guy takes 12 hits to go down. And this is the beginning of the fight, I'll put it that way. Gotta hit him while he's charging is best. Yeah, while he's charging, his attack is best, because that's when he's most vulnerable. Get a hit on him past his little luscious mustache. Did I hit him? I hope I hit him. Kind of felt like I was just inside him somehow. Come on, lower your shield. So at this point, it's not that crazy of a fight.
Moves. Let me show you mine.
You know, we're just kind of running around one another. But just you wait, because eventually he's going to drop his guard. There we go. Oh, I didn't get hit. That's what matters. By the way, here too, in this area, this whole arena, yeah, you can fly right on out of this. I will show the footage I got of me doing just that. And eventually we're going to have to jump over these lasers more. It's just that right now is the easy part of the fight. It's supposed to be easy. I'm not sure how I took 2 hits already. There we go.
Enough already. I am going to squash you like insects.
Yeah. Again, if you're confused, I urge you to rewatch the cutscene for the campaign. I think it made everything crystal clear. We're just fighting a robotic evil clone of a Melon King who fought a bat and bird before, who are now battling him for the fate of the dead of the universe. Pretty simple, really. Classic hero's journey. Come on. Oh, wow, that's really unfortunate placement on your part, dude. Yeah, we got 2 hits to finish this fight, but we're doing pretty okay right now. There we go. Yeah, jumping high is the easiest way to avoid his laser. And if you jump high enough, you can actually get out of range of his attack. He can't even hit you anymore. There we go.
Stop it already! Stop not getting blown to smithereens!
That voice line means he has exactly 4 hits left. So we got him on the ropes. Come on, look at his eyes. What a charming stare he has. What a charming glare he has. Come on, don't hit the bird and bat. They're where it's at. Come on. Put it down. I'm surprised they don't spawn like a mummy robot in the middle of the room as you're fighting. You know, like at this point of the fight, having just one guy appear that you have to hit, or else he could potentially touch you. Is this it? Nope, one more. I think he's got one last hit in him. It's the mustache. It gives him so much confidence. His robotic heart beats the oil harder through his body.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yep.
But too late.
Watch this. Here we go. Existence is being
It's
warped.
over! The dimension barrier is almost destroyed. There is nothing you can do anymore. Reality itself will collapse.
No. And then system malfunction, something critical. It said something else. He gets Sephiroth. Yes, I turned Sephiroth's name into a verb. There we go.
Thanks, you two! Without your help, reality would be in shambles right now. I can't imagine how much hate that Melon must have had in him to create an apocalyptic robot copy of himself. Oh well, you stopped it. That is all that matters. Now, time to get you two back home.
They just share a little glance, debating.
Unless I could invite you onto a trip through different dimensions. If you're interested, it's the least I could do to thank you.
There you go.
Okay, alright. Next stop, wherever you want to go.
They're heroes. They don't want to
And so our
rest.
entire world was saved by 2 little heroes. The dead were stopped from leaking out of the afterlife, and the Melon King's schemes were once and for all stopped. Reality was finally at peace. For real this time.
And I do believe, yep. Here come the credits. Thank you for playing Super Kiwi 64 Doomsday, a game by Marcus Horn. Yeah, it's like a little micro side campaign. Completely detached from the main game, like only 3 levels long, but we do get a boss fight, which is nice. It makes the whole package feel a little more complete. See you next game. And I will see you guys next game, because I feel like at this point, with how chaotic that ending is, I owe it not just to you, but to myself to play. We're going to delete that file. I owe it not just to you, but to myself to play Macbat 64 on the channel, because what really confuses me about that whole situation is I don't even think Macbat ever fought the Melon King. I only remember that being a thing in Kiwi 64. But apparently they have a history, which I don't remember that. Maybe it did happen and I'm forgetting, but you know, I need closure on that, because this sequel, Super Kiwi 64, we started these games at such a charming, simple little place where it's like, oh, it's like a little one-level thing of Banjo and Kazooie. You know, it's a Banjo-Kazooie game, but just condensed down into one bird character. And this game was definitely not that. This was a completely different experience. But with that, I have completed as much of this game as I intend to. I do not have it in me, nor do I really have the desire to beat the developer's time on all of these levels. We did the first two, and we collected everything, and we saved Macbat. So until I play another game, remember, the links to these are in the description, Kiwi 64 and Super Kiwi 64. I guess I'm just linking to the first game again, just to bring the whole thing full circle here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.